Ho, ho, ho.
Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, I ran out to one of my local thrift stores, picked myself up 2 VHS tapes, and here they are. The first title I grabbed was Debbie Gibson, Live Around the World. This I just had to grab. I saw this and I just started cracking up laughing. I just knew I had to pick this one up. I mean, I'm not really into Debbie Gibson, I'm not really into her music or anything like that. I guess I don't have anything wrong with it, but I'm not really, you know, some big Debbie Gibson fan or anything like that. But I just love the cheesiness of the late 80s and early 90s. This is just something I really want to pick up. I know I'm going to have a fun time watching this. I'm probably going to invite some friends over. We'll check this one out. It's going to be a great watch. Basically just features apparently a concert and also some of our music videos as well. So this is going to be a great watch. This is definitely something I needed for my collection. And the last title I grabbed today was a movie I've wanted to see for a long time now. For whatever reason, I just keep passing up on it and figured today's going to be the day I finally pick this up, and that is Sniper. Now this looks ridiculously cheesy, which is right up my alley, and this is just a cheeseball action flick. I'm going to be in love with this. This gets great reviews online from the synopsis and from the reviews I read. I think this is going to be a great watch. Very much looking forward to checking this one out. I'm just waiting for some great cheeseball action. This should be a fantastic watch. So that's it for what I picked up at the thrift store, but when I got home, waiting for me on my doorstep was another title from the Disney Movie Awards program, and that was Snowball Express. I just recently bought this on beta, but I haven't watched it yet, so very happy now to have a copy of this on DVD as well. Very much looking forward to this. I love just classic 1970s Disney movies. They just have such a great feel to them, and that's what this is, so I'm sure I'm going to love it. Definitely looking forward to checking it out. So that's it for what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And the first time I checked out was Deck the Halls. This is a great holiday movie. I love this one. I usually watch it every year. I'm a big fan of this movie. Simple plot, Matthew Broderick here, he's kind of the, you know, Christmas guy in town. Everybody asks him his thoughts on, you know, decorations and, you know, all kinds of Christmas related stuff. He with his family, has all these traditions. He's just really into Christmas. He's the town Christmas guy. Danny DeVito here moves in next door. He's kind of the annoying neighbor. I mean, he seems to be doing pretty well for himself. He doesn't seem to be, you know, like a bum or anything like that. He's got a nice wife, you know, 2 beautiful daughters. He ends up selling cars, and he does a great job at that. So you know, he seems to be good at what he does, but he's looking for something more, looking for something that he can really get into and really, you know, just, you know, something that can be him. And he decides he ends up wanting to have his actual house seen from space, like basically through Google Earth. And he decides to decorate his whole house in Christmas lights. And the more he gets into it, the more he kind of becomes the new town Christmas guy. Obviously, the rivalry ensues and the hilarity happens, and just, you know, it goes crazy. It's just a whole movie about the rivalry between Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito here, and it's pretty funny. I would definitely recommend it. But, you know, it's definitely not necessarily a holiday classic, I wouldn't say, but I would say it's somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't say it's up there with, like, things like, you know, Home Alone or, you know, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's not quite to that level, but it's better than stuff like Four Christmases, or like Surviving Christmas. You know, those movies are great, but it's in the middle. So it's I'd say almost a classic, but it's just not perfect enough to necessarily, in my mind anyway, make this a holiday classic. But it definitely is a movie that I would recommend everybody checking out. So in like 40 years from now, 50 years from now, will everybody be talking about Deck the Halls? Probably not, but it'll still be a pretty popular movie, I think. So it's definitely something that I really enjoy. You know, it's not perfect. I would say the one thing I hate at the end, but it kind of works out, is at the very end, you know, everything starts to kind of work out. Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito, you know, they kind of, you know, reconcile and become friends. And they're about to light up Danny DeVito's house for one last time. You know, MTV's there, all the news is there and stuff. They're going to see if they can see it from space. And he goes to plug it in, and all the power goes out. And I remember when I first saw this movie, I almost got up and like walked out of theaters for what was about to happen. All of a sudden, everybody flips over their cell phones and holds them up, and they start singing. And for a second there, I'm like, I swear to God, if they can see these stupid cell phones from space, I'm going to freak out. Or maybe, you know, maybe the cell phones are the little extra light they need or something stupid like that. I would have just screamed. So thankfully that doesn't happen. They all open their cell phones and they start caroling. And I thought that was kind of stupid. I don't know, I couldn't get into the whole, you know, cell phone opening thing. I mean, yeah, I realize, you know, it is the 21st century. That's you know, it's what it is now. You know, nobody's walking around with candles anymore. It's all about cell phones. So, fine, but it just seemed really cheesy. Luckily, the movie ends up, you know, ending with them finally plugging in the house, and the lights come on. They can see it from space. The cell phones don't have any purpose whatsoever. And that always also kind of bugged me. The fact that they all flip on their cell phones and start caroling, for what reason? It really didn't do anything. You know, they plug in the house, it doesn't work. They open their cell phones, carol for a second, and then plug in the house again because, you know, apparently one of the plugs was loose, and they plug that in, and the house lights up, and that's it. So I don't know. It just seemed really out of place, really cheesy, and it almost ruined, you know, that last 5 minutes of the movie almost ruined the entire movie for me. It just really bugs me for some reason. But that being said, the whole rest of the movie is fantastic. It is a great, very funny movie. It's pretty goofy, but it's a great watch, and I would definitely recommend this. Again, I watch this one every year. Not quite a Christmas classic, but definitely something to check out during the holiday season. I absolutely love it. And the last title I watched tonight was Saturday Night Live Christmas. This was alright. It basically felt like I was watching an episode of Saturday Night Live where some of the skits were very funny and other ones not so much. Which doesn't really make much sense for this because this is a collection of all different Christmas skits from like the 1970s up till, I believe this came out in 2003. So you got a couple of decades there, many years to pick out, you know, the best stuff. And I gotta say, if this is the best that they had to offer, that's kind of sad, Saturday Night Live. You know, I mean, some of the skits in here were pretty funny, but other ones were just very mediocre and just weren't really all that great at all. I really think they could have done a much better job picking the skits to put in here. So I don't really have much to say about this. It was just all right. It really just wasn't that great. Will I be watching this one again? I don't know if I'll ever watch this one again because it just, you know, I mean, maybe, I don't even know if I want to say half the time. Maybe 20% of the time I was laughing, and the other 75% I was just going, okay, and that was an alright skit, I guess. And that's a shame. I really think they could have done a better job picking the skits for this. So I guess if you're a diehard SNL fan, yeah, maybe pick it up. You'll probably enjoy it. But if you're just the average SNL fan like me, I like SNL, but I'm not a huge diehard fan. I just, you know, I basically like the funny skits, and that's about it. And you know, I'm just the mediocre average fan. So for me, this was just an average mediocre release where, again, some of the skits were funny and just some weren't. So again, if you are a diehard fan, yeah, pick it up. You'll probably love this. You'll probably get a kick out of watching all the, you know, Christmas skits from all the years. But if you're like me, you're just, again, a mediocre fan, it's nothing you're really going to need. You're probably not going to really enjoy it all that much. You know, you'll just think, like I did, you'll think some of the skits are funny, and other ones not so much. So I really can't recommend this unless you are, again, a diehard SNL fan. So, I don't know. It was just alright. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely got some great titles from the thrift store. Really looking forward to seeing that Debbie Gibson VHS tape. I think it's definitely going to be good for a laugh. Sniper, that I'm really looking forward to checking out. I think it's going to be a great watch. I'm really excited to see that. Like I said, I've wanted to see that one for many years. I don't know why I kept passing up on it. Should be fantastic. Snowball Express, I really look forward to seeing that. I love classic 70s Disney movies. That should be a good watch. Also checking out Deck the Halls. Again, it's something I watch every year. Not quite a classic, but definitely something for everybody to watch during the holidays. And unfortunately, Saturday Night Live Christmas really wasn't all that great. It was very hit or miss. Oh well. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.